Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to the eighth video of the Power Pages learning series. If you are new to this learning challenge, this is a new initiative I took this new year, where I wanted to produce 30 videos from basic to advanced. So just wanted to give a quick recap of what we have done till now. So we have covered the introduction of the Power Pages, components of the Power Pages. We have discussed about the licensing and the pricing model of the Power Pages. And from the fourth video onwards, we had some practical implementation. So we discussed about how to set up the Power Pages trial, how to design the low-code, no-code website using Power Pages Designer Studio. And then we have created the form to insert the data and how to display the data on the form. So we have explored the list as well. In my last session, I discussed about the multi-step forms, where we have seen a couple of real-time examples that how we can submit the data from the forms in the form of multiple steps or in the multiple forms. Today, we're going to discuss about the content snippet in the Power Pages. So content snippet is quite an important topic from the development perspective. So if you are designing a portal, if you are writing a code, or if you are using any sort of content or any message or the text message on the portal, then this session is for you. So before getting into the implementation, I just wanted to dive deep into the some fundamental concepts about the content snippet. So I just wanted to give the overview of this content snippet by using this picture. So you can imagine like content snippet, it just a snippet. It could be your code snippet, your HTML, your JavaScript, or your CSS or your liquid template code snippet, or it could be your text snippet. So if you have to display any sort of static content, that could be your public message, your notice, something, any warning message or any sort of error message you want to throw it on the portal. So it could be either HTML type or the text type, and you can just place it either on the web templates. So any component that is basically used to write the HTMLs or the JavaScript or the liquid template code, you can place it over there. So you can write it on the web template, basic forms, multi-step forms, list, and the pages. So it is basically used for the reusable purpose as well. So you can keep your content at one place, whether it's HTML code or your JavaScript code or your static content, and you can reuse it across the portal in the form of web template, basic forms, multi-step forms, list, or the pages. Okay, and you can see the output on the portal. So if I talk about the definition of the content snippet, it is basically the small chunks of editable content that can be placed by a developer on a page template or on the forms or any of the component that is basically used to write the code, and allowing for customizable content to populate any portion of page layout easily. Okay, you can use the content snippet to show the text, HTML, liquid template, JavaScript, or the CSS. So if you are writing a code like, let's say you are doing the email validation. So for email validation, you are writing around 15 to 20 line of code. And let's say that email validation, you need to validate the email on the multiple pages. So email control you are using on the multiple pages. So you may not want to, write the same 15 to 20 line of code on each and every web pages. So it's a best practice that you can keep your logic, your code snippet in the content snippet, and you can reuse it across the pages wherever you have to use that JavaScript code or the liquid template code. Same goes with the text snippet. So let's say you have to broadcast a particular message. Uh, let's say you are organizing a training, or you are if you are let's say you are designing a retail website or the portal, and any new discount that you want to give it to your customer, and you want to display it across your website, all the pages, so that you can do it also using content snippet. You can keep your store your text message in a content snippet, and all the web pages you can refer that content snippet. Okay, so it's up to you that how you want to utilize that feature in your website development. Content snippet can also be used to keep reusable code component or the code that needs to be placed on the multiple pages in the site. So that I already discussed. You can keep your content snippet in different languages. so that it automatically loads the content based on your user preferred language. So whenever you create the content snippet, we're going to have a look into it in the live implementation as well. So it always tag to a language. Okay. So whenever you are creating a content snippet, you have to select the language in which language you want to create that content snippet. So the language that you're choosing, it depends on what kind of language you have configured in your portal. So let's say if you have only English language configured, so all the content snippet you have to keep it in the English language. But if you have multiple languages enabled, that you can keep your content in the multiple languages as well. So it is very important from the development perspective. Sometimes when you have to throw the error message or some warning message, you often go to, you often hard coded those values or the string messages inside your code. That's not a good practice actually, because sometimes if you have to change that error message, then you have to look through the code in order to change that message. So if someone is not from the technical background, is not the developer, so it's very difficult to find that error message or the text message inside your code to change that message. If you're configuring it in the content snippet, they can simply go to the content snippet and change that message. So it's a straightforward way. Another challenge is that if you are hard coding the message inside your code, let's say customer in the later phase, your customer wants to enable any additional language, then of course you have to change your error message conditionally based on the logged in user language. So if the user is logged in, then you have to display the message in the Swedish language. If the German user is login, so you have to display the message in the German language. So same like that. So if you're managing this kind of logic in your code, then you have to put the if else condition or switch case conditions, right? But if you're keeping it in the content snippet, you can, if you have 5 languages enabled, you can create the 5 content snippet for the same text messages in the different languages. So portal will automatically detect like which is the language of the logged in user, and it automatically load your content snippet accordingly. Okay, so this is the one of the advantage, that content snippet is always stick to a particular language. So you can include that content snippet in your template code using following syntaxes. So there are basically 3 syntaxes are there. If you have to include the text content snippet, then you can simply use the keyword snippet and then the name of your snippet. That could be anything. If you have to add your content snippet of text format and you want user can directly edit that from the Designer Studio, then you can use the keyword editable. Okay, so if you use the keyword editable and put the name of your content snippet, that means you don't need to come to the content snippet to edit your text. You can directly change it from the Portal Designer Studio. Or if your content snippet is of type HTML, then you have to use this syntax: editable snippets, mobile header, or type HTML. So let's get into the implementation and quickly have a look that how the content snippet looks like. Well, I'm on the makers.powerappsportals.com. Okay, so here you can, so when you install any portal, you find your portal app in the under the app list. So as I already told you in my earlier session, when you install a portal, you get to see 2 apps. One is portal app, that is basically to provide the low code, no code capabilities. You can edit your website in the Power Pages Designer Studio. And the second is your model driven app, that is for the advanced configuration. So if I talk about the content snippet, so content snippet configuration and editing is not possible to done it using the Designer Studio. So if I open the Designer Studio in another tab, you can do all the stuff here, all the settings related to the pages, forms, list, your styling, your data workspace, all the data modeling or the admin related activities, you can do it from here. But there are some of the capabilities that are still missing here. So you can just wait for the Microsoft to include all those capabilities in there. But meanwhile, you can just go to your portal management app, and here you can find the content snippet component in the left panel. And you can see some of the content snippet is already listed here. So when you install a new portal or create a new portal, some of the content snippet you get to see already there in your environment. So you can use them, you can change them, but you can create the new content snippet as well as per your requirement. So I'm going to demonstrate two things here. First, how we can change the out of box content snippet configuration and how you can create the new content snippet. OK, so if I head over to the Designer Studio, a couple of content you already see on the website. The first thing is on the header. So you have the title here. So that title of the website is also a part of content snippet because here the title is also a content. And in the middle section, it's a home page. You see there is some messages written on the home page. So that is also part of the content. So we're going to change this to content and we'll see that how the content snippet can manage these two content. So first of all, we will check in the header template. And if I click on edit code, so in the header template, I click on edit code and open in the Visual Studio Code. It takes me to the header.html table. I'm not diving deep into the coding stuff here. My main objective is to tell you like this header template basically consists of the liquid template, HTML code, and we have some scripting as well. All right. But here, if you can see, there is a line of code is written called editable snippet mobile header. So that basically including the content snippet called mobile header in the HTML code. And let's see what is there in this mobile header. So if I copy this and go to my content snippet, search it here. OK, so we have the mobile header content snippet and here some of the HTML code is written. So as you can see, it's there that it is a HTML type of content snippet. So just go to this content snippet and include whatever is written in this HTML code. So this line actually indicates that thing. So in this header template, what you can see, there is an image tag logo.png. So we can see the logo as well. OK, and the another thing is that we have the title power pages. So these two things are basically being fetched from the content snippet on the header template. OK. Since I've used the keyword called editable, so that means you can edit this content snippet directly from the Designer Studio as well. So you have two options to update this content. You can either do it from the Designer Studio or you can do it from the content snippet. So both the way is fine. If you make the changes from here and save the data, then you can reflect the changes here as well or vice versa is also possible. You can you can directly configure the content snippet from here because your content snippet is made available as editable. All right. So let's change this content snippet directly from the Designer Studio. So let's say this is the logo that I want to change it. So just click on the image and you have the option whether you want to use any existing images or you want to upload any new image from your local machine, or you have the option to provide any public URL as well. So that could be the URL of your blob storage or any URL, any public URL where your file or the images is stored. All right. So I'm going to use this logo for the demonstration and I'm going to change this title to Power Guide. All right. And let's click on sync to change the record. So it's syncing my changes to the Dataverse. OK, and let's click on the preview. All right, so now you can see the title of the site has been changed to Power Pages and the logo has also been changed. So if I go to the content snippet and refresh this, you can see. OK, so let me change this, refresh it again. OK, so it takes time to review the changes, but you can see here the image has automatically been changed, but it's taking time to update this thing. But we will come back later here to see like whether this mobile header has been changed or not. All right, so let me go back and let's focus on the home template. So now if I have to change this content, so I need to click on the home and just click on the edit code. So let me close this header template because I don't want to use it now. Let me click here and click on edit code. So now this will open the home web template. Okay, so this is the home web template, and this also has the HTML. And if I just check this header part, there is a hard coded message is written. So if I go to the Designer Studio, this create an engaging headline, welcome or call to action. This is a hard coded message that is written under the home page template. So what I want to do is I want to replace it with the content snippet. OK, so since there is no content snippet is already available for that, so I need to create a new content snippet. So I'll go here and click on new and create a new content snippet called greeting message. So it's up to you like what message or what name you want to give it. So there is no specific format of it, but it should be meaningful actually, because you have to use the same name in your code as well. So display name, we can keep it same. Website, I'm going to choose Power Guide training. So I'm going to choose only as a text type. So I'm not going to put any sort of HTML content to it, and just wanted to provide the language as English because English is my default language in the portal. And the value I can provide like, hello there, welcome to Power Guide training portal. OK, so this is the greeting message I want to display instead of this hard coding message, and I want to manage it using the content snippet. Now the advantage of using content snippet I already conveyed you at the time of slide deck presentation, but you can see it is tagged to a language. So if I have multiple languages enabled, I can create multiple content snippet with the same name, but you can just change the value in the different language based on the language you have configured. OK, so you don't need to hard code these kind of stuff in your coding. So I just save this, go to the Design Studio again, and instead of writing this line of code, so I've already written in the notepad just to save the time. So this is the line of code I'm going to return. So instead of writing this, I'm just writing this line. OK, and what I'm going to do is I'm just using the same, H1 heading so that it should look in the same way. But I just want to replace this hard coded message, but I'm using the same header tag here. OK, so I'm just removing that, thinking back my changes, saving back to the Dataverse, going back here, sync back my changes here. Awesome. So you can see now the content snippet has been updated. The text message has been updated with the content snippet, and you can see here now it's showing like custom component because it is directly being fetched from the content snippet. Or if you want, you cannot change it directly from here. You can see, right? When I click on it, it is disabled right now, because I have not made available as a editable format. OK, so if you have to make the changes, it's asking like it's a custom component. So you have to go to the portal management tab and head over to the content snippet. And here you have to change the message. But what I want is I want to directly update this content from the portal management tab. So instead of writing only this syntax, I'm going to use this syntax that is editable. So editable actually makes sure like whether you want to allow user to directly update that content from the Designer Studio. So I'll replace this with the editable snippet and we'll save the record. There is a default tag is also there, so that actually ensure like if anyways your content snippet is not available, then it basically replace it with the default message. So my save is done. I go back to the Designer Studio and sync back my changes. So now I should be able to update my content snippet text directly from the Portal Studio. OK, well, yeah. So now you can see here, I can change the message directly from here. So if I change this to this, I can, yes, anyways do that. So think the changes, Sometimes it takes time to, reflect back to the portal. So I'm just syncing the changes. So whatever I'm making the changes from here, it will directly sync it back to the content snippet and vice versa as well. So I need to refresh this again. So as I told you, sometimes since it's a trial environment, so it takes time whenever you make the changes directly from here. So you might need to load it, but not it is always required. It or automatically change back to your content snippet, but sometimes it required to reflect in the content snippet. So I'm just changing it. OK, let's sync the changes again. So this is how you can imagine like how you can manage your content in the website. OK, let's try this after some times because sometimes it takes time. So yeah, so it sometimes takes time to reflect the changes. Let me edit it again. Probably it fixed the issue. Content snippet, saving your file. Let me check whether it reflected. OK, it's editable. Yeah. Save this data. Sync it back. OK, now let me try to change something here. Hello there. Welcome to Power Guide. Training as well. Yeah. Or I can just change this to maybe in the bold letter. OK, just changing that. Just removing this. Sync the changes. OK, so. OK, so now the changes has been saved. So as I told you, like you have to be a bit patient because sometimes it takes time to reflect the changes. So if I go back to my content snippet here, you can see here the content snippet has also been updated because I just made it bold. So it actually put the tag called bold here. So hello there, welcome to the Power Guide portal. OK, so it's automatically got changed here. So this is about, we already have the content snippets who made some changes. So let's say I have one more requirement, like I want to display some, notice message or some random message about the Power Guide 30 days learning challenge on all the pages of my website. So let's say I have published event, view events, call for a speaker. So I might have some other pages as well. So what I want to do is I want to display the same content snippet on all the website. So we'll go to the content snippet and create a new content snippet here. And let's I can give it to any name. So probably I can give the name Power Pages training message. All right. So I want to just give the content snippet name to this. Website, I'm going to choose the training and I want to keep this as a text for now. And content snippet, I just want to keep it as English and save this. Now what message I want to display here, I already have pasted on the notepad. So let me copy it from here. All right, so this is the text message I want to display on all the pages of the of my site. So learn building low code, no code business website in 30 days. Watch Power Pages 30 days learning challenge videos. OK. And probably here like that. So this is the, some custom notice or the message I want to broadcast on my all the pages. So let's save this and copy this content snippet name because I'm going to, link this content snippet or add this content snippet to all my HTML pages. So let's head over to the Designer Studio. And on the publish event, I want to display this message. OK, so what I'm going to do is I'll click on edit code. So this edit code will actually takes me to the Visual Studio Code and edit the code of this particular HTML. So it doesn't have much code available, so it has very limited HTML is there. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to put my own div like this. And here I'm going to include my content snippet. So the syntax I can directly copy it from here. So let me copy this. Probably I can just change this message to this one. Notice. OK, so let me change this content snippet name to Power Pages training notice. All right, and then save it. So if I have to refer this content snippet to my web page, I can simply write this message snippet Power Pages training notice, and I want to place it under the div so that it will align properly. And it's up to me whether I want to allow user to directly edit that from the Portal Studio. So I don't want to do that. I just want to simply display a message here. So let me save this record and head over to the Design Studio and sync back my changes. So as soon as my changes are saved in the Dataverse, you get to see the notice on the web page on the top. OK, so now you can see here, learn building low code, no code business website in 30 days. Watch Power Pages 30 days learning challenge. OK, the same thing I can do it in the other pages. So let's say I have the call for a speaker. So it's a multi-step form. So I'll click on edit. Let me copy the same thing and close it. Go back here and open the call for a speaker form. So that is a multi-step form that I have created in my last session. So I'm going to do the same step here. I'm going to add a new div on top of it and save the record. So now you can imagine, right? The same content I'm adding it to the multiple pages. So go back here, sync back the changes, and I can see the message is being displayed on all the pages. So I've used the same message on the multiple pages. All right, perfect. Now, if I want to make some changes to it, I cannot directly do it from here because it's showing like open the portal management tab because I have not made it editable so that I cannot directly change it from here. So I'm going to the content snippet, and instead of using the text, I want to convert it to the HTML and want to do some modification or add some HTML to it. So I've already created a HTML in the notepad. So let's go to here and just copy this code, copy this and replace it here. OK, now what I've done in this HTML, it's simple mark you tag I have added so that I can, move the text content on my pages from left to right, from right to left, sorry. And I just put this learn building low code no code capabilities under the paragraph and set some the font size and some basic properties and the CSS properties in HTML. OK, and when the user click on here, then I want to redirect user to my YouTube page where they can watch all the 30 days learning challenge videos. So it's just a simple HTML. So I'm not diving deep into that. Understand well about the HTML and all. So I'm just replacing my text with the HTML and saving this. All right. So whatever changes I'm doing, so my main objective is to tell you like if I'm making any changes to the content snippet, wherever it's being referred, whether it's in the 3 pages on the 4 pages, it will automatically reflect here. Right. So it's saving my time, it's saving my development effort, it's saving my maintenance as well. So otherwise, if I have to use the same code snippet on the multiple places on the multiple web pages, I have to every time, go onto that particular page and fix it. So now you can see by using just a simple coding HTML code, I can just simply use it like that. So let's click on preview. So if I do it preview on each pages, whether it's a call for a speaker or I can open, I think I have added on the publish event as well. So now you can see on all the pages, publish event and on the call for a speaker, I can see the message that I have put it in the content snippet that learn building low code, no code website in 30 days. Watch Power Pages 30 days learning challenge video here. So if I click here, so it takes me to my YouTube channel where you can see all the videos that I have, created till now. All right. So this is the way how you can, simply play around with the content snippet. I have given the example of, I have given the example of how to display the text, and I've also demonstrated how the HTML can be displayed on the portal. So in the advanced videos where I'm going to discuss about the advanced component of the portal, we will have a look like how to use the liquid code as well, because we haven't looked at the liquid templates code. So we're going to have the session on the liquid template code. So you can also keep your liquid template code here, or you can also keep the combination of liquid template code, HTML, CSS also. All right. So thank you so much for listening this video. In my next video, we're going to have some more interesting topic, and we're going to have some more interesting stuff related to the portal designing. So stay tuned, take care, and bye bye.